Welcome.
We're here.
Another episode of the Ultra Artsy Hobby Show.
We haven't done one in a while.
No, yeah. It's
been a minute.
It's different.
It's been a minute. So we're here, brand new Axial SCX6.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed the ginormous truck on the table.
Yeah, I mean, it's taking up 3/4 of this picture right now.
Definitely large.
Yeah, so we're gonna chat about it. As you can see, we have a plethora of other trucks to size compare it. Because honestly, when we did a couple videos and pictures of it yesterday, just didn't do it justice.
And honestly, even in this video, it might even still be hard to do justice. Sure, you're seeing this to this, but until you really see one of these in person, you really don't get the size. Like, oh yeah, it's that much bigger than that. But
once you see it in front of you, in real life,
holy guacamole, you know?
So let's talk about what's in it first.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't do an unboxing video because honestly, this box is really lame.
And all that was in there was some stickers,
a truck,
and a truck.
Hey. Yeah, and the remote.
And some double A's for the remote.
Yeah.
So shout out to Axial for the really light feeling batteries.
Touche. Well, grab the remote first. Let's shout out that first.
Yeah.
It's usually the first thing we pull out of the box. Anyway.
So the cool thing with this is the Spectrum DX3. Now here's your 2-speed control right here. The nice thing I like about this is it's got the thumb control on it. So you can do that one-handed trailing. You want to do videos or play on your phone or do whatever you want to do. You're good to go. Yeah.
This remote also does feature the 25, 50, and 75% throttle, which is huge. So I think it's 50, 75, 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you are running a smart battery, you also get the smart battery level indicator. It tells you how much battery's left in your truck.
Yeah. So it's a little bit fancier than Traxxas.
Yes.
I mean, the Spectrum smart batteries are becoming really handy. So let's unbody this battery.
Let's unbody, yeah.
Unbody. Because I mean, it's kind of a process. So this is using hidden body mounts. They're
just
actually
like the SCX3, pretty much the exact same location, I believe.
I think you're right. So it's kind of a process. Body clips are marginally bigger than a standard 1/10 body clip. Marginally. Nothing too crazy. Do come with pull tabs as well. But this body, we did notice is kind of like a chore to get off.
It is, and you know what? It's much harder to put back on than it is to get off.
True.
What I've seen lots of people do is they actually trim just like a millimeter or two off of these fender wells, and then you're not fighting to get it around here anymore.
Oh
and
yeah.
You want to drop on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's chat about the body now that we have it off. You can kind of move it around a lot easier than the whole truck. So full detail interior, like this molded Lexan.
Yes.
Comes with a driver. We've been calling him Crocodile Dundon't.
Crocodile Dundeebs.
There we go, Crocodile Dundeebs. So full roll cage interior. This is going to come with headlights and taillights pre-wired from factory. So red taillights, white headlights. And it does come with some extra detail stuff. So not quite as detailed when we start looking at the taillights and the headlights like we're getting in some of the new Traxxas shells. But you are going to get door handles, mirrors, hood latches.
Yep.
Front hood scoops. You are going to get a scale license plate cover and then a license plate sticker. Full molded hard plastic fenders. So it is quite a nice body. And what would you say that body weighs? I would say like 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Like it's
at least
hefty.
Yeah. And what I really like about the body is they put that cage in there along the top too, which really strengthens that body for rolls or anything.
Yeah, I really noticed that as well.
Yeah, so the first thing you're not doing when you roll it is crack the body in half.
The only thing I noticed is it's really hard to see outside, but like they really tinted the windows, and I kind of know why. Like if you look at that roll bar, they actually kept it white.
Yes.
Like they didn't make it out of molded black plastic, so it wasn't
it's
so
just
like,
white.
Yeah, it wasn't so like in your face, but whatever.
Minor than you notice it, right?
Correct.
If it was black, you probably wouldn't even really see it.
True, very true.
Yeah.
So now that we got the body off, you can see it for all its glory.
It's huge.
There's
a lot of room for activities inside of this truck.
Yeah, so let's talk about electronics first.
Yes.
So let's start in the front. Right off the bat, we have a big 1/6 scale Spectrum 40 kg servo. It is ginormous.
It's big.
It'll do about 580 ounces of torque.
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive.
You can run it on 6 volts as well.
Correct, which is kind of odd for that size. Usually you're getting to 7.4, 8.4 direct, if not even higher. So Firma 120 amp speed control. This speed control is rated for how many cells?
4 cells.
4 cells. So
they don't recommend running the motor on 4 cell, but the speed controller can handle it.
Okay, and then what kV motor do we get in this bad boy?
We got 1200 kV brushless censored. It's a Spectrum system as well. Now, I have seen a couple guys run this on 4 cell and not really have many issues, but I mean, No, they don't recommend it, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so you don't want to fry it, right?
I don't mind it on 3-cell. I ran it on 4-cell once, yesterday, just to try it out. Not much of a big speed difference or anything. I don't really think
little
it's
more,
worth it.
little more
Probably
torque.
a lot more torque, which is where you're really gonna hurt that motor, torquing up on stuff.
And then we move down the transmission. So this is going to be a 2-speed full metal gear transmission.
Yes.
And that's why we have a 15 kg servo hanging off the backside there to shift high and low. This does include 3-position battery trays. So you get one on each side. As you can see, Chris has 2 smart batteries plugged into it right now.
And one in the back.
And then you can also put one in the back.
Which is like cased out for a very large battery.
Yeah.
So I'd say like 10,000 mAh plus at least.
They really make it an impressive battery holder, to say the
Or
least, right?
even if you have a bigger servo, like a 1/5 servo, and you want to run a Beck, you can put your extra battery in there.
True, very true. Yeah, because it does make it hard with the scale, detail, engine cover, right? That's kind of the tricky part. And then this is also going to encase your receiver box.
Yeah, it's all a nice box. And it's even got a little scale oil pan, a little filter.
That's fancy.
It's
That's fancy. And then this is just going to be your light plugins. So one for the front, one for the back. Super small gauge. So the one thing I would say is be kind of careful with these. You don't get them wrapped around a drive shaft. Or something like that.
And then these do come with the IC5 connectors, so that's a fancy sensor connector on there.
Yeah.
And I had a set of IC batteries from my felony, so
Reuse
perfect
them
in there. Yeah.
So I guess we can put the truck on its side here, but before we do, let's chat about tires. So to give it perspective on the size of the tire, this is a 7-inch tall tire.
It's a big tire.
And it's double the width of the Rift tire, which are humongous,
Yes.
right? Like when we started thinking about 2.2s. So let's tip it over.
It's a beadlock wheel.
Oh god. Yeah, and it's a beadlock
really
too,
nice.
which is insane.
So whoever makes new tires for it, you don't have to buy new rims. You can just throw them on these rims and you're good to go.
That is correct. So now getting into the lengths and stuff like that, it's hard to tell like a diameter or a gauge, but like they're the same size as my pinky finger.
those
almost.
are big beefy links.
Right, so we're almost getting into the point of 1/5 scale size lengths.
Exactly.
We're really, really darn close to full aluminum shocks, bodies, and you are going to get a 4.5 or 5 mil shock shaft. Like it's
a
quite
big
large.
shaft.
I think it's 4. I'm going to go with 4. You are going to get emulsion style caps, so they do have a bleeder screw, but they are plastic caps.
Yes.
So be aware of that. And also be aware that you're a plastic bottom rod end, and you are going to be a plastic spring retainer, which is pretty common.
And also plastic drive shafts, but I mean big beefy drive shafts. Nice big steel CVDs on them at least, so that's really nice. And they seem really smooth and really tough.
I mean, they almost
Everything
start
on
looking
the
like
truck,
the new WBA HDs, stuff like that. And I mean, this is the same diameter as my thumb. Yeah, it's pretty large. These are also going to include big heavy duty axles. So these guys are going to be pretty darn tough from what I've been seeing so far. The weight of this truck with 2 batteries in it is what do we figure, like 22, 23 pounds. Like it's pretty hefty.
The only downside I've found with this truck and that I've heard is lots of the bearings, as I can see in the knuckle here, are non-sealed.
Really?
Yeah, they're just metal shield bearings.
So as you're going to see later on in this video, you can see the truck's a little bit dirty already. We have some running footage of it already. We had to take it on the snow today, or Chris did. This is his truck. So we got some pretty cool footage of that, but if you are planning to run it a lot in the water or in the winter, please be sure to take those bearings out and clean them quite frequently and lube them with like a WD-40 or a bearing oil of some sort, just so they don't rust.
As soon as someone comes out with a bearing kit, that's what's going in this.
True.
Something from Avid or Fast Eddie comes out in the near future.
Yeah. So let's talk about the front end. This is going to be pretty standard, I'm going to say, for a trail truck. So Panhard bar, going to have 3 links in the front, not 4, because you do have the Panhard bar making sure that diff stays square in the truck. Chassis mounted servo, so it's up top here. You don't see it, and it looks a lot more
Very realistic looking,
Yep, exactly.
Everything's nice and hidden. So I like it with the fender wells too. You don't see electronics through the fenders or anything. It remains a scale looking truck.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really all we got for the truck itself. So let's just do a couple size comparisons now. So let's toss the body back on her.
Oh, isn't that fun?
This is kind of the unfortunate part. So this is where taking like some sandpaper or a Dremel quick just to knock down those fenders does come in handy. And you also do have to watch the running boards down the side, because they do lock into that for the body, and it is kind of a chore to get it on here. There we go.
Go in back there? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're good. So it's kind of a chore to get the body on, but once it's on, I mean, it looks super good. And with having the side rails, with the extra pieces,
and also
here.
the 3D grill.
Yeah, 3D printed grill.
Yeah.
So yeah, having the side rails, it really keeps that body from flopping.
Plastic radiator through there, and the grill's got some gap in it. Look at that realism.
So let's. I'm gonna go grab a TRX4, and then if you want to show it up.
Here.
Oh, you got one right here. Let's just use
I mean,
that
it
one.
doesn't look like a TRX4. It doesn't weigh like a TRX4.
So that's a
That's a heavy
12
truck.
That's a 12.3 inch wheelbase
Yes.
TRX4. So it fits perfectly on the roof section of the Jeep.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's big.
big.
It is big. So let's grab the UDR because I mean that's the next closest thing.
And there's the SCX24 on the hood. No problem.
No problem. And if you know how long a rift is,
The windshield section is as wide as the SCX24.
like the rift.
The Rift barely fits on the roof.
Barely fits on the
roof. Yeah.
But I mean, this is
Like
almost
the Rift is almost the closest, like the biggest truck they make besides this. I'd
yeah,
say.
bigger than a bomber.
Like the SMT10 is big, but the axles in this are everything else bigger in this one.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. So this is the UDR.
Everything's so big.
We'll just scroll it down.
Should we go this way so we can get
Yeah.
them like side by side?
So
It'll sit
this
like
counter's
that, right?
20 inches, and the
gotta get it right
wheelbase
in the lock
barely fits. I'll hold it so it doesn't fall off. Yeah, this counter's 20 inches deep. So I mean, it dwarfs the UDR.
There's back wheel to back wheel. That makes the UDR look very small. Like
Yeah, and then
looks
you
like
put
a
this up
slash.
to a slash, and you're like,
Yeah.
holy man, the
Yeah,
UDR is
exactly.
way bigger. So it's crazy big.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's ridiculous. And having it like sitting next to the TRX4 and stuff in my house, it makes the TRX4 look like a tiny little toy. It's like, how do I go and drive that and feel like I'm driving a normal RC now?
Well, we'll throw some pictures of the TRX4 in Chris's garage setup if you haven't seen them already in the video. But I think now, Chris, it's time to go take her on the trails, Billy.
I think so.
So we already have some running footage from first thing this morning when it
Yes.
snowed. But yeah, let's go hit the trails.
Yeah. Oh yeah! What was that?
I can't see.
True. It's okay. Just run into me.
Turn into me.
Oh! Oh! All this time I said, you know, that would really suck to carry. Well, Chris forgot his adapters for his extra batteries. So, we had to carry. We had to carry.
Okay, you guys ready?
Well, there we go.
That was fun.
That was a good show
The
run.
truck is amazingly exactly how it looked before. I'm wondering if it actually looks like this now.
Probably not.
It's
I know how you
now
drive.
we're in the future.
I know you drive.
It's one of those things.
But I think I'm really excited for the SCX6. I'm really excited
Yeah,
to
like-
see what all comes out for it.
I'm
And
really excited for this winter of trailing. Because, like,
Yeah.
taking the 110 scales out is really fun. But sometimes you get to that point in the winter where stuff just gets so deep and you just can't get around. And having something this big, oh.
well, I think
in
the
the
biggest
world.
thing is from a couple of the clips you already showed me, just the like how it looks, right?
Oh,
like it
yeah.
drives real. It's like when we start talking about the UDR. Everyone's like, "Oh, UDR is cool," but then when you actually like slow down the footage of the UDR, really
You
pay
see
attention.
the way it handles and the way it drives, and you're like, yeah, that handles like a real truck. Like the way it looks, the
way it
man.
rolls, the way it handles,
just-
like I think honestly, this is gonna take it to another level of scale,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And the scale builders are gonna go ballistic over this because
Mhm.
now it's a bigger canvas.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
And they give you lots of room in the back. You can put all your scale accessories back there. So they give you a good start with that interior.
Exactly. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Do you think Traxxas is going to make one?
Yes.
Do you think a lot of other brands are going to make one? Right?
Probably,
Like,
yeah.
throw it down in the comments. Do you think this is a cool scale, or do you think a lot of other companies are going to start making their own 6
Do
scale?
you think big trucks are silly and tiny trucks are cool? Or like, I don't know. I like big trucks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Throw it
Tell
down
us
in the
what you
comments
think,
below. Yeah. But thank you so
No,
much for
very good.
tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Chris really appreciates it.
Yeah.
I know he's having fun with his new truck.
Oh yeah.
So we hope everyone had an enjoyable episode. Hopefully we get more of these going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.